Hi, I'm so excited to be here today. I'm going to tell you about my new website. I've had the last one for 6 years and it's served me well, but now with a change in my work and a change in direction, it felt like it was time for a new brand, for a new website, a whole revamp of everything. So I'll tell you first about the work I do, because then you can decide whether to keep listening or not. So essentially I coach people who are caring, curious, smart, and also who are a bit disillusioned by life. So I had my own experience of this kind of in my early 30s, where I started to just look around and be like, this doesn't make sense anymore. This work I'm doing doesn't make sense. The way things are happening doesn't make sense anymore. What is this life that I've created that's apparently mine that just doesn't feel like it's the right thing? And so I started looking around at that point, and that's like, back in 2013-14 now. I started to look around for, well, what else is there then? And this is the thing, when we're in disillusionment, it provides such an amazing opportunity to do that, to start to say, well, this doesn't make sense, so what else? And I've really been on a journey, probably really for 10 years of development, but particularly this last 6 years with my business, and a huge amount of personal development. And what I've found now that I'm working with is so impactful, so fundamental, that it just makes perfect sense that this is the work I now do with clients. And so as my client, if you're in that place right now of being disillusioned and feeling like you don't really get what this life is and what do I do now, like how come I'm here and I've done all this stuff and I still feel dissatisfied, or I still feel insecure, or I still don't feel happy like I thought I would by now. If you're in that place, then you can now benefit from all my years of journeying and development and learning, but I can take you now on a much more direct path to get to where I am and realise your innate brilliance. So this exploration from disillusionment is really where the logo came from, because when we're in an experience of life and we're doing what we think we should do, or what we think others think we should do, we can really become detached from who we really are. We are living in our heads, we're living in an idea of how we think our life should be, and we're not actually living from our hearts. So what becomes available with this work is a rebalance, and a rebalance out of our heads back to our hearts, and now the head can serve us in a much more useful way than it has been till now. So a lot of the logo is based around that idea of return to your heart, the idea of rebalancing, which we've not been in for a long time. If you want to know more about that, I've written a whole blog about the logo and where it came from, and including about the name Wild Fig and the fact there's still a tree in the logo, because the original idea of that wild fig tree was about the deepest roots in the world, and my love for getting to the root cause of what's going on. And with this work now, like, I don't know, nobody could ever know really, but it seems like this idea of self is the absolute single root cause which gets in the way of everything we want to achieve, which gets in the way of us really being who we really are and living that full and fulfilling life. So that's the work, and that's a bit about the logo and where that came from. So let's have a look at the website. So here on the website, of course, I'm sharing some overview information about what I do. There's a video on there that you can watch to see a little bit more about it. From this home page, you can click Working Together to see more about why I do this work and how it works. So if you want to delve into a little bit more detail, that's the place to go. And it also gives you a sense of whether this work is right for you. You'll be able to tell if there's a resonance with it or not. Then there's a section here called My Services, which, as you'd kind of expect, has all my services on it. And that ranges from things like a free 30-minute call and a free introductory course, all the way through to my deep dive 4-day immersion, which is an impactful programme in a really short space of time. The most popular one is the 4-month one-to-one programme, where you get personalised experience, and it's over a 4-month period in short, bite-sized, but powerful, insightful conversations. And for all of those, with the exception of the free stuff, for any coaching programme, certainly for an immersion programme, we would first of all be having conversations. And this discovery call here is where you can book a free 30-minute call So we can talk, I can understand more about you, you can learn more about me and the work I do, and then we both decide if it feels like a good fit. So moving on from that, there's a free resources section. There's my book, which is available on Amazon, my first of many, I hope, but it is currently available on Amazon. And it is also free when you sign up to the newsletter. So my newsletter comes out weekly, and it has an insightful provocation, first of all. So every week I'll pick a topic and share my understanding of that, which can often be quite different from most of the world, but really is the only route to the freedom we've been looking for and the connection we've been looking for. And so you get an insightful provocation, and then you also get some news about programmes that are coming up or free opportunities. I might do discounts at Christmas, maybe I'll do a Black Friday, who knows. But that's where I'll share what's coming up, what's new, so it's kind of an easy access for you, straight to your inbox. Also on that free resources page there is the podcast, so you can link through to the podcast, you can link to the blog, and there's other places where I write, so Medium and Biz360 Catalyst are other places where you can read what I'm writing. And finally there's a section of About, and that's where you can read more about me, you can read about what clients have said, so you can get a feel for the kinds of people who work with me and the kinds of benefits they're seeing from this work. And then you can also read about you, so you can read that to get an understanding of, am I this kind of person? Is this work the kind of work that I need right now? So as you're reading that, it's a really good place to get that sense of, does this feel like it connects? Does it feel like it's for me? And if it does, then we have a conversation. So as we said before, either book a discovery call, or you can use the contact page and get in touch with me that way. But I really hope you do. I would really love to hear from you and love to connect with you. Thanks.